What is up, everybody? And before we get started, I just want to say,
Morning, Your Majesty. It is another beautiful day in Zamunda.
indeed it is, man. Indeed it is. I am joined by my wonderful co-host, special co-host, Dolphins Winter. You could catch him Wednesdays on the West Coast at 8:45. Yesterday they had Mrs. Needham. It was a great interview, by the way.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
um, you know what? And no offense to the ladies, but it took balls to do what she did and talk about her addiction and put herself out there and you know what? And I think she did that in hopes not that nobody would follow in those footsteps. So it was a great interview, man.
I first it was a beautiful thing, and I thank her, and I thank her again. Thanks for Miss Shannon Needham to come on the show and to show that reality. This is real. This is human. She's a human just like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
We all make mistakes out here in the world. She
Mhm.
lived up to it. She overcame it, and she's still living life and enjoying life. So if you have those problems, you can fight this. It's not a battle that you cannot beat. It's completely up to you. And she's a prime example. And I love the fact that she opened up, to us about that.
Yeah, they say the first step is admitting that you have the problem. So it's like for instance, you have a knee problem, but you tell your doctor it's your elbow, and they keep treading your elbow, and you're like, of course you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shout out to Adam Sadowski and my man Kevin Dorsey. What's going on, guys? Thank you for stopping by, man. So pretty much, yeah, this is the last week of the. We're gonna definitely talk about the. We'll bring if we get any news that Jonathan Taylor is coming to Miami, we'll definitely break it. But right now, this is the last week of preseason. We got dress rehearsals, and we have a 53-man roster to build by next week. So we'll get into that. But before we do, man, R.I.P. to Mr. Wyatt and of course the legendary Terry Funk. We lost two legends, one of new and one of old. I mean,
yeah. If the wrestling fans don't know who Bray Wyatt is, Bray Wyatt not only is he is the nephew of Barry Windham. So people have to understand that that's a rich history in professional wrestling. Barry Windham was one of those guys that could have been that guy. He was that guy, but he could have been way bigger than what he was. Bray Wyatt took it to a whole nother level, and his mind, it's sad for the fact that we will never see a finished product of the rest of his work. But my thoughts and prayers are all to his friends, his family, and to all the fans that adore this gentleman, and he will definitely be sorely missed by all of us wrestling fans, definitely.
for sure, man. So getting into the game this week, what are you expecting to see out of this preseason game?
Well, I mean, the key that I've been hearing and is Mr. Brooks. Everybody's talking about the running back. That is the key thing. Is there a spot for him on his roster? A couple old linemen out there. I mean, we are going to see people that are going to be fighting for their jobs, so it should be an entertaining game. I also want to see our what's the quarterback, Blackman?
Yeah,
Steve
no, I
Blackman.
think
Actually,
I thought he was cut. He was cut a long time ago.
yeah, but I thought they re-signed him. I thought he was
Oh, really?
re-signed back.
Oh, yeah,
That's
because of the concussion, probably.
because of Mike White. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. The third game, you take the third game as a grain of salt because
Yeah,
no
man.
starters are playing in the third game. And you just sit there and you see players that could be on our practice squad or it could contribute in the future. You never know. So I always sat there and I just take the third game as a grain of salt. People that we wish that we would have to cut, but this is a business.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Hey, by the way, man, shout out to we got two of the greatest Dolphins den admin right now.
Absolutely.
and it's all to this dude right here, Tory Day. What's going
What's
on,
up,
Tory Day?
Tori? What's going on, brother? Fins up, Tory
It's
Day.
up. And my man, Philly native,
My
Cruz
man, Cruz
Ruiz.
Ruiz. Shout out, Cruz.
Yeah. But man, no, I look, at the end of the day, I think that I wouldn't mind it. I think if Tua doesn't start, I don't care. I think this is for my opinion, the bubble guys to make their case. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Even if
right,
it's not for here, it's for another team, man.
right,
Oh,
right. Absolutely.
good to see you on the big screen. My man Territory Day. That's the OG legend. And you ever see
Ain't never lied.
have you ever seen him play guitar, man? He's the
Oh
bass
man, see,
man.
come on, Shake. You gotta. If you're an AO, then you understand. I put Tori's videos on every posts anything, any
Yeah.
performances. It's an AO. That's my own personal baby page right there.
Yeah.
So, but so what you were saying? Oh man, Shake, I lost you for a second. What did you say?
No, what we're saying about I think bubble guys. I think we're talking about the bubble guys.
All right. So with the bubble guys, the way I look at it is, you want, like I said, and I think I said this the other day, you want to keep everybody. Everybody wants to keep everybody, but
Yeah.
that's not realistically, that's not going to happen. So what's going to happen is, like I said, you're going to pray these guys are on your practice squad, or they will be picked up by another team.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like I said, that's just a part of the business. And you never know. They might can sneak back onto the team later on if we have a need or something. We might can get them right back. You never know.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and then right now with the bubble guys, these guys can play in the XFL or the USFL. They have options now. So it's not like, okay, they don't make the NFL. At least they can sit there and try to make one of the other football leagues now that's out there.
And you know what's crazy? I think that years past we would go to other teams for their scraps. Now people are going to be dumpster diving in Miami because there's going to be a lot of good guys that's going to be let go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I fully
So
agree on that.
yeah, man. So how many all right, we're keeping let's you want to do a quick 53 breakdown?
Let's
I'll
go.
say let's go. All right. I'll have I'll keep a let me get a pen here. Pen. We'll keep the number down. All right. So let me bring up the depth chart real quick. So how you been, by the way? Just
hey,
a
listen,
little
man,
small
I'm
talk.
living a dream, man. Just chilling, relaxing. I sat there and I was just like, you know what? I wanted to do some talking tonight. I said, why not?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
No problem, brother. Anytime. It's funny. I'm watching the other guys. I'm watching them on the computer while I'm sitting there talking to you right now. So
Yeah, I was on there, but like I said, Thursday. This is gonna be my Thursday show is gonna be here. It's not gonna be the blender, obviously, but I'm gonna do a preview show where I'm gonna basically what I'm doing this, and you're my first guest, is I'm gonna have different guests, and we're gonna pretty much I'm gonna open it up, but we're gonna do instead of doing a whole panel.
right.
You can be the co-host. We're just gonna do one person at kind of like Stephen D. One at a
Yeah.
time, and get
Yeah.
that way we could get individual thoughts, man.
Absolutely.
Oh man, freaking I don't know if you've seen it. If you've seen the show we did on Tuesday. Man, boy, I tell you
The
what,
marathon? You talking about the marathon?
No, that was Monday.
Okay, no, probably not.
Yeah, I did a show on Tuesday,
Okay.
and I did a panel, and Papa Paul, oh my God, he was going off on Manny. Oh my God, I tell you, when he gets pissed, I tell you what, boy, he cursed
Listen,
like a sailor.
man. Listen, I've always said this. It gets to a point because that night that I was on the show with you guys, and I had to leave real quick because I actually had a call. I wanted to cook Pete so bad, but I had got a call in, a video call in, and I couldn't get back, and I was just like the heck with it. So, you know, but I mean, you get to that point. I mean, we're all Fins fam. It's all love at the
Uh,
end of the day. But you get to that point, you're like, what are you talking about? you like you just have those moments and those points like you really are you really saying that? Are you just saying that for shock value? Are you just saying that? You know what I
yeah,
mean? They just be like that sometimes.
yeah, he could attest. It was wild on Tuesday. Yeah, man. I said, hey, because this guy has said he was like Pete, but he's pro tour, right? I said, this is
Right.
Pete, but like pro tour. He goes, yeah, just like Pete, he doesn't shut the fuck up. I'm like, God. I mean, he was. Oh man, I just couldn't help but sit back and laugh.
But you got fans like that. I mean, you got fans that just they start and they won't shut up. They won't. They'll just go on and on and on and on and on. All right, what we looking at?
All right, it's up there, right?
It is. I'm trying to look, man. I'm blind as a
Okay,
bat, bro. Even with these glasses on,
okay, all
it's kind
right.
of small.
Sorry. All right, let's. I'll break it down. You know what? I'm here.
Okay.
So give me a second. Me. Da, 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 da. You see me? All right, so here we go.
All right.
Um, Now we got how many quarterbacks you think we're keeping?
Three. Three is the minimum now. You don't have. You can keep three. You keep three quarterbacks on the roster.
Okay. Okay, so I guess that's us. So it's James Blackman, Skylar Thompson, and Mike White. We're cutting Tua, right?
Yeah, you're funny. You are hilarious. You're not even no. You can't. I'm not even going to joke about that because you got your 2-9 waiting to eat.
Oh, yo, hell yeah. Oh,
They
yeah, my
not
bad.
even. They not even. Like, what? Ah, yeah. You don't.
Yeah.
Don't even route. Don't route. Don't rile them up. Don't
Oh,
do it.
yeah. All right, my bad. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
So literally, it'll probably be Tua, Skyler, Mike White.
Yeah, and then you'll have clips of Tua saying keep your name out of his mouth. So
Yeah, but I do. But I do like the fact that Ryan Clark came back and he did apologize
yeah, he
publicly.
did.
I do. I respect that because I think he knew. I think after he did it, he didn't think about it, and then
Mhm.
probably later on, he probably thought about it in private and
Yeah,
realized like, I messed up. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have went on the way I did, and I could have handled it or responded a little bit better than the way I did. So, and plus, I think for the fact of the matter is, when you get scrutinized all through your professional career, eventually enough is enough,
yeah.
and I get it. I get it. But Tua has to. He really does. Like he probably is getting tired of the media saying, "Well, you have to show you really," but you know in your heart, you have to show yourself. Can I play a full season? Can I sit there and be the quarterback? Can I be that guy? And we are all waiting for you to be. I want him to be that guy,
Me
Shake.
too.
I do. I mean, because I tell anybody, it doesn't make sense to root against a guy that's supposed to be the leader of your team. That makes no sense.
No.
I don't understand that. I don't understand where we have fans that root against Tua but want to win the Super Bowl. That makes no sense. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. So I'm not like I said, I'm not 2-9, but I want this quarterback to succeed. And for him to succeed, you have to show me that you can play a full 17 game season and lead us in the playoffs. You have to be that guy, you know. And this would literally be the season to do it. Literally.
Yeah. But you know what's funny is, all right, a thing about people were saying about Tua, about how he gained weight, right? And they're everybody was thinking about. Hold on. You see, I'm trying to bring this image up real quick. Now, when they said Tua got thicker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll show you. See, oh, damn it, no, my bad. Now this, no, that's not. See that people people thinking
You
Tua
like,
look no.
bro, stop, man.
No, not
Stop.
not that. No, that's far from what Tua looks like, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Yeah, y'all need to stop playing though. That's funny. Come on, man. My man ain't that big. I ain't going. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't tackling him. You're not
No,
tackling him, and you that. Listen, you might as well take about 2-3 dudes to tackle that dude to be that big. I'm sorry.
yeah, but no,
But,
Rikishi. The thing I like about,
yeah,
I mean, Tua is that he actually is thick. I mean, he's big as far as muscle. You know what I'm saying? It's not fat. I mean, I think I like about it is he'll be able to absorb more hits this time around.
absolutely. And I'll say I think that added weight will definitely help him. The added weight and the jujitsu
Yeah.
will actually help him. You know what I mean? What's going on, Canes 90? Canes was it Canes Dolphins 89?
Yeah,
What's up?
Canes Dolphins 89, of course.
Yeah,
Day
what's up?
from South
Definitely.
California. What's going on, brother? How you
What's
doing?
up,
Thank you for
man? Fins
stopping by.
up.
Fins up, babe. Thank you guys. I
So,
appreciate y'all, man, for stopping
but
through.
definitely, yeah, I actually do like the fact when he got hit a couple times during the game against the Houston Texans that he did get hit. I'm happy so we can sit there and like when he takes a hit, it's not a gasp every time, and it's
Yeah.
going to be. And the sad part about it is, I think us as fans, it's going to be every time this man gets hit, you're going to be like, holding your breath,
Yeah.
you know, definitely, because
Well,
go
yeah,
ahead.
but one thing I want to say though, man, it's like with the Dolphins with somebody was saying today, oh, if somebody's injury prone, that he got injured. No, well, guess what? People that aren't injury prone are susceptible to injury. So just because you don't have a history of injury does not immune you from being injured.
Bro, I was told today. I was told today by coworkers that our game against the Eagles is gonna be over in the first quarter, and I started laughing at them, and I said, "Oh, so history is gonna repeat itself when we was in Philly the last time." Everybody thought the game was over in the first quarter when the Philadelphia Eagles was up 16-0, and then we came back and bust their ass and they never scored a point. I said that's when Chip Kelly was the coach, and they all looked at me like I said, "Yeah, I remember that game." I said Jarvis Landry was one of our wide receivers. I said Ryan Tannehill was the quarterback, if I'm correct. And they never that team after the first quarter, the Eagles never scored after that. And we sat there and beat them and came back and won that game. And that was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last time we played a game that counted. Now we played a preseason game after that, but the last time we played a game that counted was 8 years ago
Actually, the
in
last game we
Philadelphia.
was in Miami. Remember, we did that
But
weird
yeah, but
formation.
then we played them in
Yeah,
Miami. But I'm talking about here in Philly. That
yeah.
was like that was 8 years
But that
ago.
was that game where I don't know what kind of weird they did a weird formation for the extra point or something like that. You'd be like, what the fuck are they doing? And then
Yeah,
I think the punter threw a pass to the kicker or
the
some shit
kicker.
like that.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I was in the bar, Center City, Locust Street Bar, 10th and Locust, and watched that game. I think it was me and I think two other people were Dolphin fans, and everybody else in the bar were Eagle fans, and they was sick. They were sick. They couldn't say shit. And
Yeah, I
I'm going
agree.
to tell you this, you
Eagle fans
know.
are the worst.
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I've lived here. Yeah, they're rough. They are. I ain't going front. I worked a vet. I worked a vet back in the day, so I used to see it firsthand, bro. You know, majority of my family are Eagle fans. I mean, I got Bears fans in my family. I got Giants fans in my family. So, you know, I'll tell you this. I know how bad Eagle fans are, but I will say this: some of them have calmed down a lot since they won the Super Bowl, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. A lot of I think that edge for the Eagles fans finally when they won it. I think a lot of that is like they still got it, but now it's a little cockiness now. That's the
Yeah.
scary part. They got a little bit of swag with them because they know that they have a organization and a franchise that can be tight for a minute, man. And I think hopefully the Miami Dolphins can
Yeah.
learn a little bit and sit there and feed off of that because they're set up for a minute, yo. I'm not gonna lie, they're set up for a bit, you know.
Yeah,
So
they didn't panic. They retooled. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, they retooled for a little bit too. That's the scary part.
But you know what's funny about the Eagles is no the Colts. The Eagles went to the won the Super Bowl. The next year, the Colts hired their offensive coordinator. This year, Eagles went to the Super Bowl again, and the Colts hired their offensive coordinator.
Ain't that something?
hmm But here's the cool part. Okay, so all right, then this is gonna you gotta follow me here. Okay, this is gonna
I got you.
okay. So and Philadelphia Eagles, right? They fired Andy Reid, right? Then they hired his offensive coordinator. Um, the one he's in Jacksonville now,
Peterson.
Peterson. Okay,
Yeah.
so Indianapolis, they fired. They hired Indianapolis hired his offensive coordinator Frank Reich.
Right. Yeah.
So what does Eagle do? They fired Peterson and
Right.
then hire Frank Reich's offensive coordinator.
Right.
Then the Colts they fire Frank Reich and they
Mhm.
hire the offensive coordinator to the offensive coordinator to the offensive.
And it, no, listen, wild, bro. Listen, it's just that's the way the universe works. And sometimes nobody thought that Philadelphia would have the Miami Dolphins backup quarterback that got knowledge from Don Shula that maybe helped
Mhm.
them win that Super Bowl. And a lot of people don't understand that that's how that went down because Doug Peterson was a backup quarterback for Dan Marino,
Yeah.
and he came from the Miami Dolphins. And I keep telling everybody, I'm like, they like, damn. I said, yeah. I said, do your homework. I said, he might have got a little bit of that pedigree that helped you guys win the Super Bowl.
As
And
ma-
shit, you know, because
mhm.
I've always said this when they traded for J.E. Jai, that was the day I said the Philadelphia Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl, and I just knew it. You just knew. You just knew. You're like, I was like, that might have been icing on the cake for him. Seriously. So enough of that shit.
But no. As a matter of fact, then the guy from who's the we were talking about he plays for Doug Peterson
Peterson.
was the quarterback who played when Don Shula broke the record for wins.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
all right, let's move on to running backs. How many think running backs we're keeping? So far we got three quarter QBs. We got
Right. Three.
three.
So we're going. I'm still saying the original. I'm gonna say right now still. Mostert first. Uh, Wilson second. No, Joe. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Joe Wilson second.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the name third? I would have Ahmed third.
Yeah, Ahmed.
Yeah, Ahmed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I have a little bias towards Ahmed because of one reason only.
I'm listening.
Look, yeah, man. By the way, I'm getting a frame. If he makes the team, even if he doesn't, I have this to shake. I'm gonna
Nice.
frame it.
Very nice.
So, so you how many running backs? You saying 4
Um,
plus Jonathan Taylor?
listen, look, I'm
All right,
like this.
we're building the roster as
I'm
if
gonna build
these
a
guys are on the
roster
team.
first because I'll be honest with you. If we do get, I want to get on that. But if we get, if it's official that that we get Jonathan Taylor, I
Mhm.
believe that puts us over the threshold to sit there and tell everybody. Every team is on notice after that. Every team. We're not hiding the fact what we're gonna do. We are definitely showing everybody, hey, when we come to your city, when we come to your town, you see what we're bringing. So it's like it's no secret that the Miami Dolphins are here, and we're not here just to sit there and just, hey, I'm here. We're here we're just happy to be here, and we're just no, we're here to sit there and kick ass and take names, and that's just how this team is going to be. I think this team is saying that right now, but if you make that move before week 1 against the Chargers, you're telling the league, you're telling the whole NFL, we're serious about being the AFC contenders for the Super Bowl.
And by the way, one thing about being admin on I like the Dolphins group chat. So if it does happen, it's gonna pop off on the group chat.
Right. We already know, bro. I'm looking at it already. I'm looking at it right now. I got the icon up, so I'm sitting there looking at some of whatever comments on that group chat. That group chat is, whew, boy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my man Ty Fly. I like how
Yes, yes. Shout out to Pedro, the Fantastic Painter, aka Q Billy. Definitely. Shout out to everybody in the group, man. We don't shout your name out individually. Shout out to everybody. It's all love. We definitely might agree. We might disagree. We definitely will disagree. But guess what? We all fam, and that's all that matters.
By the way, I shared the link to people if they want to come up, if they want to come and chat, you know what I'm saying, they can.
That'd be cool, man. Come on, guys. Trust me. We lovely to hear from some of you guys. And ladies too. We got some ladies in there.
Yeah.
So you said 4th running back though.
Oh yeah, so 3 running backs. You saying 3 running backs?
3 running backs. So you saying are we
how many
adding
running
a
backs we keep? How many running backs we're keeping?
I would say 3.
3 and the fullback, right?
I would say 3 in the fullback.
Okay, so 3 running backs.
Unless you cut Ingold, and you're not cutting Ingold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless you decide you're gonna just go. If you get, here's the thing: if you get Jonathan Taylor, do you keep Ingold?
You probably just cut somewhere else, right?
I mean, you're gonna have to. You know, you got to look at the overall picture. So I'm really thinking. I'm like, who would you really?
We'll cut the punter and we'll have Jason Sanders punt. There we go.
That ain't happening.
I know.
And that's the area I'm a little worried about, punter. I'm definitely worried about our punter a little bit. I know it's the first game.
Or we'll cut Jason Sanders, have the punters make the field goal. It'll probably have the same results.
Yeah.
Because Jason Sanders has been kind of suspect lately.
I'm surprised we haven't. I'm surprised we haven't decided to give him a challenge.
And 2 years in a row, I could point to. And again, every it's a team game, and the team shouldn't put you in a position where you need the field goal kicker to win. But that's the NFL, and
Correct.
I could pinpoint to Brian Flores' last year 2 games we could have won, which was Oakland and Jacksonville because he missed 2 kicks, and last year 2 games we could have won because he missed 2 kicks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we could have had 11-win seasons easily. Had he made those kicks. But what they say about him.
We're gonna pray this season he has a better season this year, because I think a lot of these games might come down to a last second field goal.
I mean, no, especially the bigger games. Look the Super Bowl. It wasn't a blowout. It was a 3-point game, 4-point game.
3-point game.
And you know what?
Yeah.
It had if let's say who's that? God damn it, what's his name? Jalen Hurts
Mhm.
did not fumble that ball,
Right.
he would have. They could have easily won that game.
Listen. I told that, but I even told people, you. That's what your defense is there for. I don't even blame him for the. I don't blame him for the fumble. It was a good play by the defense.
Yep.
You can't. I can't even. Not, it was really one of those bang bang plays
Yeah.
where he was trying to make a play, but the defense, he did it clean. It was clean. Boom, boom. That's just what happens. I
Oh, yeah.
literally thought Philly was going to win that Super Bowl, even still after that play.
And by the way, this is true. Sanders has been one of the most accurate in Dolphins history.
I
So
know, Kevin. I know, brother, and we appreciate the fact, and I know that we might joke about, but as fans, we've seen Jason Sanders do some nutty shit. We know this, fans. You know this, fam. I'm gonna say this. We all fam, so you know this, fam. We all seen what Jason Sanders. We know what he can do, and we know what he can't do. And the
yeah,
last thing that we need is we have these close games on the road, especially in the road, like a Buffalo, especially on the road, like a New England, especially on the road, like a Chargers, like especially on the road, like a Philadelphia and Kansas City. The list can go on and on. I mean, we got to really think about this, and we can't take nobody for granted this year. I'm not. I'm tired of, oh, that's a guarantee. Ain't no guarantee wins in the NFL. There
yeah.
isn't.
All right. So wide receivers. What about wide receivers? What are you thinking about
Man,
wide outs?
we keeping 12 wide receivers. Fuck it.
How many? What do you think?
All right, so we're gonna keep definitely the usual. We're gonna keep the normal. Tyreek,
Tyreek.
Waddle, Barrios, Chosen.
Mm-hmm. What about
Um,
Okay, hold on.
E,
Let's list the other ones.
You got
Easy
Easy
E
E. Yeah, Easy E is your
5.
fifth. Um,
Craig
you got
Kraft.
Craig. So we've got between Craycraft and who else?
Craig Kraft, Braylon Sanders, and Kiki, which I know Kiki ain't staying. So
So it'd be so Craycraft.
yeah, Craig Kraft, Cedric Wilson.
Cedric Wilson is the odd man out.
So and so you think so 6. So Craig Kraft. So Cedric Wilson is out. They're gonna probably cut him or trade him.
Yes.
Okay.
Save the money. I think he's $7 million against the cap,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, if I'm correct.
All right. So 6 wideouts.
Yeah.
So as of right now, we have 6 plus 1 plus. So we have 13 players on the roster as of now.
Correct.
All right. All right. Now, where the strength of the team is the offensive line. All right. We have left tackle. We have Teron Amstead, Kendall Lamb, and Gordon Christian. What are you keeping?
So we already know we're keeping Armstead and Lamb.
Mm-hmm. So how many? So you say, and then Liam Eichenberg and Win, right? Would you say would be the other ones?
Keep and win. We're gonna have to
Connor
figure. We're gonna have to
Williams,
figure. Connor Williams, yes.
Dan Feeney.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not feeling Eichenberg, and I'm not feeling what was the other one? Shit. It was Eichenberg and the other O lineman. I just sat there. I just lost my train of thought for a second. But those two. If we have to keep them, then fine. But I'm like this. Austin Jackson. I'm rooting for Austin Jackson this season. We've all badmouthed Austin Jackson for a minute. I really want Austin Jackson to sit there and be that guy where he can be that unsung guy where he plays like his ass is on fire and he shows that everybody that he's better than what everybody thinks he is. I want him to be that guy too. So I want Austin Jackson to sit there and have that position. If not, you got to make some maneuvering. Feeney, Feeney could be a possibility. You can keep him. Who else do we have still left? Or that's it?
We have remember we have Robert Hunt. We have Robert Jones,
Robert
Austin
Jones,
Jackson,
right?
Cedric Obaga. Then we have the three stringer guys. We have not 5 times 3 is 15. We have 15 guys all together. So
All right. So here's the deal. Jones is on an IR right now for this. Was it 4 to 6 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
So Jones is out.
So we're keeping 10 linemen. You think 10
I
offensive
mean,
linemen?
no, I'm not saying out. I'm saying like on like PUP out, not like off the team out. You keep him. You keep him, but he's injured. So, you would have to keep the original guys. I'm keeping Austin Jackson. I'm keeping it. I want Armstead when healthy, because we know Armstead is how his status is supposed to be great for week 1. I'm praying it is. I'm praying that everybody is healthy for week 1. I really am. I will sit there and give you on a little. I don't know if you watched the podcast on Wednesday, but she did give us a little info on Nick Needham saying that he's doing whatever it takes.
Yeah, I watched it.
You know what I mean? So I'm really cheering for that brother. So if anybody's watching, please let him. We all praying for him to come back, because I was there. I was there when he got injured, and that was really hard to watch. So. I'm really praying for him. And I'll be honest with you, that's one guy I really hope that he still makes the team. We know that he's on the PUP list, and some business that can, maybe go down where he might not be here. But I'm praying that he stays here for a long time. So, but the O line, back to the O line, man. Yeah, I'm rocking with I'm gonna rock with the O line where we have the original guys. But Wynn's got to get plugged in there, because Wynn definitely made a difference in the preseason game. You've seen that on the field. You've seen that on the tape. You've seen. I mean, even though it was a preseason game, guys, you've seen a rhythm, and that's the most important thing to your offense. You create a rhythm with your O-line, and the quarterback feels like he's like in a queen size bed where he can lay his head down and place the ball wherever he wants. It's a problem for any defense. I don't care who or what team. And that's what we saw on that second drive after the interception. That was a beautiful artwork, but it would have never went down if it wasn't for the continuity and the consistency of the offensive line. Everything was clicking, and that's when everything clicks like that. I don't care who we go against, nobody is stopping us when we're like this. When we're like this, no team. I don't care what. I'm not saying this to be arrogant. No team is stopping us. So, like I said, if you add the gentleman from the Colts to our team in a nice trade, who do you stop? It's going to be hard to stop anybody and everybody. Who do you stop?
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're keeping 10 then, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna leave us with. So we have right now 23 players on offense. So we have some room to work with on defense, and we got special. So hold on. So so right now we got 26 players.
Right.
So I'm gonna factor in long snapper, kicker, and punter. So right now we have 26 players.
Correct. So we still got 27 players to play with.
Yeah. All right. D line. Let's see. Look at D line. Let's lift off some names on the D line real quick.
Christian Wilkins, number 1.
We trading him. No, just playing.
Here we go with that shit, yo. Here we go with that shit. Yo, man, y'all better stop fucking with me. We're gonna trade this dude. We're gonna get rid of his ass. We're gonna get rid of him. I mean, listen, in all honesty, if Christian Wilkins does get his contract, you can kiss that running back deal. You can kiss that goodbye. It's
shit.
What?
My bad. You're right. Tight ends. We forgot tight ends.
Oh shit! Oh shit! My
My
bad,
bad.
y'all. Smite and who else do
We
we have?
got Tyler Croft, Eric Sturbert, and Tanner Connor. And don't forget the new guy that we got to. What's his name? The guy we drafted 4th round.
Hunter Long.
No, not Hunter Long. Damn it, somebody could in the chat could. Who's a tight end we drafted? He was converted to. He was a wide receiver.
Oh, damn! What is his name? I don't know. I ain't gonna lie.
I think it was I'm gonna look at the 2023 draft. Hold on, 2020 Dolphins. No, that's my Dolphins. 2023 draft. What do we pick? What do we pick? Okay, Higgins, Elijah Higgins.
Elijah Higgins. Okay.
Yeah, so
How many tight ends are we allowed to keep? 2, 3?
I'll say we keep 3.
So we keep Smite.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ken Dorsey. Elijah Higgins.
Okay, thank you. Smite, Higgins, and what would be the third one?
Tyler Croft, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, so we got 3 tight ends. So now we're at now our brings us to we got 3 plus 6. Now we're at 29 players altogether. So all right, so we got Christian Wilkins, right?
Yes, sir.
Who else?
You're not trading Wilkins, man. Stop saying you trade Wilkins. Stop it.
All right.
Man. All right, so here's all right. So not to get off the rail, but if you trade Christian Wilkins, what do you think you get for Christian Wilkins?
I don't know. Maybe a first and a second, or first or third or whatever. No, the only way I would because there's reports out saying that one of the stalls of negotiating his contract is the lack of sack production.
Right.
And rather you know, look here's the reality of the situation. You look at someone like the cornerback we had, Byron Jones, right? Byron Jones was a great cornerback, but a lot of people didn't like him because he didn't have the interceptions. But he locked down his man. He didn't let receivers get yardage on him. You know what I'm saying? He did his job, but it didn't come with interceptions. And unfortunately, people were like, "Oh, we don't. He X is better because X wasn't no better than him. The only difference between him and X is X got more interceptions, and that's what I think the factor that people look in with, defensive tackles. Yeah, you're good in all these statistics, but the statistics that people want to see, which is sacks, Christian Wilkins isn't doing that. Just like Byron Jones, he's doing all the other good things, but he didn't get interceptions. And he came close or put his hands on them, but he didn't bring the ball down, and that's what people were judging Byron Jones for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So by the way, you know who Batman is, right?
Yes. Batman 83.
Yeah. Batman 24, 23.
Oh yeah. I know who that is.
He hasn't shown Finzaholic. I only do that. I only talk trash about him to troll Batman because he always trolls me about no monogamy. So just put that out there. But no, I think, look, at the end of the day, Christian Wilkins, I don't know. I don't see him getting $25 million though.
Right,
That's the crux of it. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. I agree. I agree. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's a business. Me personally, I don't want to trade him. We all know it's a business. He's going to want Hargrove money. He's going to want to try to get Bosa money. But
Kevin Dorsey's
honestly,
right.
yeah, yes. So I mean, but at the end of the day, though, if the sack production is not there, but the problem is, and this is where I'm torn. He is very disruptive against the run when we have a run defense. And I tell people those little things help you win games. And
Yeah.
when he gets hot, when he see my whole thing is okay, y'all, we are right. He doesn't have the set production, but the little things that he brings to the defense, see those
Mm-hmm.
little things, those
Yeah.
like loss for two because of him disrupting the hole or him closing the gap or something like that. See, that's the thing. That's the things we got to take in consideration. I understand he wants to get paid like one of these
Mm-hmm.
guys, but you're right. The sacks matter. So he has to understand and eat a little bit of crow too, because the sacks do matter. We
Exactly.
know,
And,
you
and
know.
and think about this. Xavier Howard had his best year when he was playing next to Byron Jones. And like my man here said right here. Uh, I can agree. Byron created INT interceptions
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's
because
why
he was so close. He was so close to his defender. You know what I'm saying? That the guy he was defending, that he looked at X. I'm like, oh, X has a little gap, and of course, X was baiting him.
right.
Interception.
And I'm gonna tell everybody right now, and I'm calling it, and I think everybody's seen it in the preseason game on this past weekend. David Long, if he can stay
Oh
healthy,
hell
if
yeah,
Mr.
51.
Long Jr., 51, I'm going to say this. If this man can stay fit, healthy, if he is going to be a very instrumental part in our defense, because he is flying. That man is flying. And
Hell
I
yeah, he
love
is.
that. You can see the dog, and he's flying. He's flying. And that's scary. That's scary good for us, but scary for other teams. Because if he is out there, trust me, he gonna and if they I'm telling you, and you got people that know the system. So that's why I'm sitting there like, okay, these guys know the system. You can see that they definitely somewhat know the system. And this is
Oh
not
yeah,
like the starting lineup of what they're gonna see in a regular season. I don't see Noah starting a game. I don't.
yeah.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't see your boy Noah.
I know, I know.
Noah. It's not. That's definitely not gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work.
That's all good.
But with that being said, man, I can tell you this. A yeah,
You hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so we're keeping Christian Wilkins. How about I don't know, Raquan Davis, Emmanuel Ogba, Zach Seiler. Okay, so now let's talk about so that's four people right there. Let's talk about the bubble guys. Brandon Peely, Jalen uh Tomlin, and then Randy Charlton. And don't forget, yeah, and then Deshaun Hand. Those are the three odd men out. So those are the odd men out. How many? So I say we're keeping what five defensive, six defensive linemen,
I
defensive
would
ends.
say that, and I'm not gonna lie because I don't know much about the other gentlemen that you just named. I know they're
Yeah.
on our team, but like I would
Mm-hmm.
have to do somewhat of like some type of film study or see some type of work if they, you know what I mean, for me to
Mm-hmm.
make judgment. So, you know, that would be on some to the coach's discretion. Who would he pick?
Yeah.
You know, I can't. I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna be able to pick. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and lie to you right now.
Yeah. I hear you.
I mean, you know, the way I look at it is the 53-man roster that I pray that it is. It's not going to be what you or I will want it. Or I is going to be. It's going to be what McDaniel and Greer and the coaching staff what they want it to be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like this. At the end of the day, as long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field that's going to represent not just only this 53 man roster, but the 53 man roster. As long as we have a product on the field organization, but this fan base very well. Shake, I'm all for it, man. I really am. You know, I really am.
And then we have linebackers. We have Jalen Phillips,
Hmm.
Andrew Van Ginkel,
Hmm.
David Long, of course, like you just mentioned, Jerome
Yeah.
Baker, Bradley Chubb.
So here's the thing: is Baker one of them odd men out?
No, I think that's one. All
Baker
right,
or
so
Baker stays.
yeah, because he's the middle linebacker.
Right.
Then you got Duke Riley. So let's say, all right, let's count real quick. We got Jalen Phillips, Andrew Van Ginkel, that's 2.
Hmm.
David Long, Jerome Baker, that's 4. Bradley Chubb,
Hmm.
Duke Riley, that's 5. Then we have the man. I would say the odd man out will be Malik Reed,
Hmm.
AJ Johnson,
Right.
Cameron Good, Channing
Right.
Tindall,
Right.
uh, Garrett Nelson, Ashley Miller, Aubrey Miller, which I'm hoping he he uh he makes the team. He's from the HBCU, man. Have you seen pictures of him?
Yeah, man. Wow.
That guy talk. I
Yeah.
thought it was
No,
Photoshop, but no.
it's not. No, it's for real. Yeah, he's a beast. I'm cool. I wouldn't. No, I'm good, bro. No.
I
Wow.
like him. I want him. I want him. Duke Rod. I want to probably keep 6 deep linebackers
I'm gonna be
because
honest with you. I mean, Channing Tindall is somebody. I mean, if
who's
I'm
stepping up
correct,
too.
yo, and it was unfortunate. If I'm correct, he got hurt last year, right?
No,
Preseason,
no, no, no. He just couldn't make the he just couldn't he made the team,
made the
but
team.
he just couldn't, just like Noah, he couldn't get, they just didn't make the team. I guess he
All
got
right, all right.
but
That's somebody I would like. You talking about a sleeper that can make the team? I would love for him to make the team, but I understand everybody can't make the team.
no. So I think he is at the at least practice squad,
Right.
because one thing about um uh I don't let Paul hear me say this, but I'm a Florida State hater. But one thing about him is um Ken Dorsey comes from that Bobby Bowden um mindset, and you know what, if you get a guy, you get a player that that was coached by Prime, he was well coached.
Right.
He was conditioned mentally to to take discipline and not be this diva. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I think that's why, man. I tell you what. That's why That's why players, parents. If if you're a kid and you see Dion recruit your son, you're like, damn, my son is going to be in good hands,
Right.
because he doesn't promote being an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Off the field. If you do, he doesn't care how good you are. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're not playing.
Right.
That's as simple as that.
Right.
And he's very straightforward. So uh, he has a good head on his shoulder, Ari Miller, and I'm definitely pulling for him. So
Right.
I would say 6 linebackers. Would you say, or
Say about that. Yeah.
so 6? So 6 linebackers. All right, 6. God damn, I hate when the pen stops working.
I wish I could pass you one over. You're a little too far for me to pass you a pen, bro. I'm
that's,
sorry.
that's all good, man. A little too far. Pass the Dutch.
Hey, listen, that's not an issue. That's
All
not
right,
an issue.
all right, cornerbacks.
Oh man, yo, quarterback. Wait, cornerbacks
Corner,
or
corner,
quarterback?
corner, corner, corner.
Corner.
Yeah.
All right. Your boy. Oh, I guess you already got Noah as number one. I already know you.
Hey, this is your list. This
Noah
is
Ark
this.
is staying, bro. I already know. You
Hey,
is saying Noah Ark is staying.
I know, but no, this is your list, my brother. It's about you. So,
All right. So the list, call the list. So you already
all right.
know.
Okay, we got corners. We got Xavier Howard, Kader
Number one.
Kohu,
Right.
Justin Bethel, and Trill
Right.
Williams.
All
And then
right.
on the other side, we have Eli Apple, Cam Smith, Nick Needham, and Keon Crossan.
So right now, and this is just me. I'm putting Nick Needham on the other side because he has a little bit more experience. I don't want Cam Smith banged up right away. I would sit there and let Cam Smith come in on certain plays and like rotation. Putting Xavier Howard on the other side, you already know that.
Mm-hmm.
You already know that. And if you have to rotate with Xavier Howard, you can sit there and put Kohu, and I'm confident with Kohu also on that side. He's definitely stepped up. He's definitely stepped up and surprised me a lot. And I think he's probably going to be another player. I know we didn't get to the other category yet, but
Yeah.
I really think Javon Holland is going to be another instrumental piece to this defense this season coming. I'm excited. That's one player I am extremely excited to see this year, especially when we do get Jalen Ramsey back and get him mixed into the defense and let him groom into the defense where I feel like we should be marinating by then, where we should be causing havoc for a lot of teams. And I'll be honest with you, I think it's going to be fun to watch. I really do. I think the Miami Dolphins defense will probably make fantasy football players a lot of money. I'm going to predict that right now. So what is it? Today's August 23rd. I'm saying that the Miami Dolphins. If you're a fantasy football player, I think you need to pick the Miami Dolphin defense. I think you might want to thank me later. Trust me, I'll give you my address. If you win a lot of money and y'all heard this shit here first,
Yeah.
you win something, I expect you give me a hat or something like that. I'm just telling you, I think the Miami Dolphins defense is definitely going to make a lot of people a lot of money in fantasy football this year.
Yeah, I'm not doing fantasy this year, so.
I was trying to suck me in too, bro. Shake, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know I'm not gonna get off the rails, but I just want to.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so one year I sat there, right? I got sucked into doing fantasy football.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's fun. I went to the party, it was all fun, everything was cool, gravy. So I had my setups, we all had our emails, lineups, all that. We was going through Yahoo. Bro, I clearly forgot one week, a whole week. My opponent hit me up 30 minutes before the game, was like, bro, are you gonna pick your lineup? And I'm like, oh, bro, because I was so busy with just life.
Yeah, I feel you.
I just said, yo, you got it. And he's like, are you serious, bro? I said, dude, I just got too much going on. I said, you got this week. And even the president is like, are you okay? And I'm like, dude, life is just hitting me right now. And I just haven't had time to concentrate on fantasy football. You know what I mean? So it was fun, but I'd rather do what we're doing right now. I'd rather sit there and actually conversate with you and conversate with a lot of Miami Dolphin fans or just football fans in general about the game instead of doing that. I mean, I actually know women that have won championships. So shout out to the women that do fantasy football that be killing it. And they actually asked me for a little bit of advice and they've won championships. So I'll be honest with you. I respect anybody that does fantasy football.
Yeah, I do too.
But just for me, it's too much. It's really.
Well, check this out. Between this channel, the Fence Tailgate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be I'm studying for my one. I already did my one certification, so
right.
I'm I skipped one because that's how good I am. I did W2. I'm waiting. I got what sucks is that wine certification. I gotta wait. They're sending that test from here to England, so I gotta wait 10 weeks to get my freaking results.
Okay.
And when I do get that, whenever I send an email, I get a little signature, WSET, whatever. So, but anyway, that's another story. So I'm already studying for the I'm advanced. I'm gonna be studying for the 3, so I don't have to freaking. I had to give up. You didn't see me a lot in the last 2 months. All I did was Fence Tailgate, and that's it. because luckily I didn't have to do it in the blender.
Right.
Because I wanted to focus, and I tell you what, man, you can't cram like that because it gives me a headache. But anyway, yeah. So between that, the wine stuff that I'm doing, and the 2 channels, because I'm too competitive. If I do something, I like to do it fully. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And last year, I actually won last year because of a technicality, because of that the Hamlin situation. I was leading, and they didn't finish the game, so I ended up, but I split the pot with the second place guy. Well, we did. We got the first prize pot and the second prize pot, and we split it in half.
Nice.
And we called it a day. But at the end of the day, my name was at number 1.
Nice.
So
nice.
That's all that mattered. And it was a coworker who was a Patriots fan. It was his league, and I'm like, that's all right, man. He's not doing. I was gonna do his because but I was like, damn, I wanted to beat you in fantasy, and my team beat you in real life, the Patriots. So win-win situation right there, bro.
Right.
And by the way, man, you know what? ESPN, they tripping over here, man. Okay. They don't got. Now I'm gonna really want to what's that? Boycott ESPN, not because of what the Tua comments, but because they don't have my man Noah Igbenogany on this depth chart, man.
Bro, here's the deal. I'm going. Bro. Let's keep it a bean, man. Let's keep it a bean. And I don't want to say anything that's going to get anybody demonetized, but I'm going to keep it a bean. We all know that there's a complete different agenda out there that controls the narrative. That's all I'm going to say on the matters at hand. I'm not going to get too deep because that's another channel and another time for another place, if you want to believe in that or not. But I'm going to tell you this. You believe that what you want to believe, and I'll leave it as that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I tell. Let's just say when they sit there and make songs like my mind's playing tricks on me or stuff like that, like might want to sit there and listen to them lyrics. Seriously.
So how many DBs we keeping though?
All of them, man. We're keeping all the DBs, man. We don't care if they're on a practice squad or whatever.
So 6?
Yeah, 6.
6. Okay, so 6 plus 6 is 6 plus 6 is 12. So 18. 18 plus
41, right? Was it 40? What was that? 40? What was that? 26?
29.
29 plus what?
8. So 18. 8 plus 8, 9, 17.
So 47. 47.
Yeah, we're at 47. So we got 6 players to 52 or 53. 52 man roster, right?
53 man roster. If you add the other quarterback, remember?
Corner, yeah. So 6 DBs, and then safeties. You're gonna keep 6 safeties?
Yes.
All right. So there we go. You're 53. So we're gonna keep. So that's what's up, man.
The way I look at things is this, right? If Fangio's playing the system that's hat on a hat, you're gonna have to have guys that actually can play both safety and or DB. A lot of DBs can play safety, and a lot of them safeties can play DB. That's what I like about the guys that we have in our defense. So I'm comfortable when I see some of the starters starting to play. So I'm not really panicking now because it's preseason, and I'm not going to panic over preseason. I'm not doing it.
No.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is this. He's showing you what he can do. He's showing you what he can do in a vanilla defense. Just give him time to show you. Cause he threw that middle linebacker blitz, or that would have just like a hot read. That might have been just a hot read where they just allowed David Long to just go. You get what I'm saying? But I really believe like he just showed you a little glimpse of, I'm gonna show you what I could do. But like, excuse me. I just feel like I want to tell Miami Dolphin fans, you have to be patient. You have to be patient, like how we had to be patient on the first year of McDaniel's system. We got 1 year through the system. Now we have to be patient with this defense. But the way I feel like this, if this man is getting paid the way he is getting paid, which is a 3-year, only a 2-year, with a 1 year, a 3rd-year option, he's the highest paid coordinator in the NFL. You supposed to be that dude. You got to show me that you are that dude, Mr. Fangio. Because we
Yeah.
paid you. We paid you. So
Oh
let's
yeah.
go. Let's get it.
Well, I was telling people on the last show that if you give Bill Belichick this defense, oh man, he would annihilate teams. I tell you what, you give Bill Belichick this defense, he'll be chomping at the bit to get the. Oh my goodness, man! I
Fangio's
tell you,
defense. Come on, man.
teams will be hyper ventilating. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think being that Big Banjo is the same pedigree, there's no excuses for him not to. Because the thing I like about this is I know that Christian Wilkins is a D tackle, but right now he's being used as a defensive end.
Right.
So I think it's going to be. Here's the lineup as I see it. It's going to be Christian Wilkins,
Right.
Raekwon Davis, and
Right.
Emmanuel Ogba, starting defense lineman. And then it's going to be Phillips and Chubb with Long and Jerome Baker.
Right.
And then you got Xavier Howard with either Cam Smith or Eli Apple. Notice I didn't put my man Noah Igbenogany. I know I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But and then Brandon Jones and either Brandon Jones. I could see either Brandon Jones or Deshaun Elliott, but definitely Javon Holland is your
Of course. Yeah. I
starting
agree, bro.
safeties.
I agree. I agree with everything you just said.
So I think that's going to be the and then of course you got your sub packages and your dimes, your nickels, and things like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm just surprised. I just want to see what he said he want. He said he's got something. He said he got a few plays that nobody's ever seen,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm looking forward to because I want to see. I'm going to actually go before the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
When I get some time off, I'm going to go on YouTube and just want to find some videos of just Fangio's defense and see the different things that his defense can do. And I want to watch and see the poetry to see what he can actually do. And because I've seen a couple clips, and I'm a couple clips for me is just like a teaser. I want to sit there and actually see like an hour of film. And I just want to sit there and just watch it, see how it will develop. So when I see it in person, I know what to expect. So if I don't see what I'm expecting, I'll be like, well, what the hell just happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm that type of dude. I'm real analytic, but I'm really looking forward to seeing this team in person, man. Like as the days count down, the excitement gets more and more. You know what I mean? And bruh, yeah.
And by the way, man, this is how great the Dolphins community is. It took me a while to accomplish this, but I reached out to Richmond Webb,
Nice.
and we're gonna do a pre-recorded episode on the Finns Tailgate. Members, it's gonna go out to the members first, and then I'm gonna
Nice.
play it the week after because I'm gonna do offensive lineman 101 with him. I'm gonna ask him.
Nice. I'm looking forward
Pretty
to
much
watching.
we're gonna talk about training camp battles. We're gonna talk about preseason. We're gonna talk about what's the difference between protecting a 3-4 front versus a 4-3 front. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna ask him about the issues and about how like say for instance you're playing 5 weeks in a row, you're playing with the same chemistry, and then all of a sudden one guy changes the lineup. What are the challenges of building that continuity with a new guy in the offensive line, because at the end of the day, offensive line isn't like wide receivers where granted they do help one another to, like, say for instance, if you have Waddle, Tyreek Hill, it's easier for Tyreek you have Tyreek Hill, it's easier for Waddle to get targets because you know what I'm saying, but you actually need to play as one unit with the offensive line.
Right.
So I mean, this is at the end of the day, man. I like it, man. I love having fun. We're having a good conversation, and I'm having a blast. I don't care what nobody says. At the end of the day, this is what kind of relieves people's stress. You know what I'm saying?
Like this is therapy, man. Like I said, you're good people, man. I love the fact that we get to talk to people on
Oh yeah,
mostly on an everyday basis all throughout the Miami Dolphin community, and we can actually just sit there and like shoot the shit, and that's what life to me is about. Where you can just sit there and just be straight up and honest. You can't be honest, ladies and gentlemen. You can't be real with yourself. And I tell people that shit every day. So sit there and be who you are. As long as you are who you are, be proud of yourself, love yourself, enjoy yourself. But if you are fake and it comes to light, don't sit there and get mad because it's going to come out.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's also too another thing too. You gotta realize that me and you, I think you're good people, but at the end of the day, I don't care who you are.
Right.
At the end of the day, somebody thinks you're an asshole. Somebody, regardless of somebody thinks you're a bad person. At the end of the day, you can't help it.
Like they say,
So who
man,
cares?
if you don't have any haters, you're not doing something right. I think I
Hey,
took that off the color. Shout out to color. I mean, literally, bro. I literally just sit there and think about this for a second and shake my head and be like, for what, man? I'm just being me. I'm not bothering
mm-hmm,
nobody. I'm not trying. I'm a real peaceful dude. I could talk to anybody. I could talk to you. I could talk about anything or whatever, and I don't take no offense to nothing. And I'm like this. Where the party at? Let's have a good time. I'm not about no negative stuff. Or you keep that over. I deal with my brother. I deal with mental patients
yeah,
every day,
yeah,
and not only, and I'm not trying to get off the subject. I
yeah.
don't
Go
just
for it.
deal with mental patients on an everyday basis at work. See, when everybody got to understand, when you work in that field, you interact with them outside of work. So it's like when you think you getting away, you don't get away. So I always tell people, you treat others as you want to be treated. Because I'm gonna tell you something. They're gonna remember how you treated them. If you treated them cool, oh man, it's all I've had people come up to me like, yo, man, you took care of me. I appreciate you. Shook my hand, like gave me dap or gave me hugs. They're like, yo, he hooked I mean, talking about young boys. Like
Mm-hmm,
I mean, cats like they be like 30 kids. They're like, yo, OG, remember me? And they like run up to me, and I'm like, oh, they giving me dap. And they're like, yo, OG took care of me in the joint, man. Yo, he good people.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, I appreciate it. They're like, no, you told me some good stuff. So to sit there and have that feeling and get those compliments and stuff, that means a lot. So you have to. I've always told people, you treat others as you want to be treated, man. And 9 times out of 10, if you do that, you're gonna be blessed. You're gonna be blessed with so many different things where you least expect it. So I've always told people, if you live your life like that, and I've always tried to live my life like that, things will go thoroughly. It's gonna always be crossroads. That's just how life is. You're gonna have things that's gonna happen that's not in your control.
Yeah,
But if you sit there and just stay on a chill, like, listen, I'm not trying to bother nobody. I've had incidents. I'm not going to go into deep and in depth, but I try to stay away from that stuff. I try to stay in my zone. I feel like I'm like in a. It's funny. I feel like I'm in a grandpa stage in my life
mm-hmm,
at a young age, at a young 46. I've done a lot. I've done a lot. Like I can just tell y'all, I I can tell you stories that are not meant to be told on any social media
mm-hmm.
platform, but I can just tell you, like I've done things and experienced life where I'm like, man, I can't really complain, and I'm still I can't wait to what's the best for me to come. I just want to give a shout out to one of my brothers, brother Russell Hopman. I'm actually going to go see him, and actually I'm staying at his crib up in New England to go to the New England Dolphins game up there in Gillette. And he sat there and he's like, bro, he said, I got a surprise for you because earlier when I go up there that Thursday, we're going to the Yankees Red Sox up in Fenway that Thursday when I get up there. So I get to sit there and experience a rivalry of a lifetime for me as a baseball fan. You know, knowing I'm a Phillies fan, I don't care. Like I'm there for the rivalry, and I'm in one of the most historical baseball parks in the world. You know, who doesn't want to go to Fenway to see the last series before the playoffs? Red Sox Yankees? Are you serious? So it's like an opportunity for me, like as like of a lifetime and like a dream come true. So I'm like doing bucket list check. You know, never been to Gillette, bucket list check. Like these are dreams that I've never thought in my life that I'd be able to accomplish. So when I tell people about family, I feel like we as Dolphin fans, we are family. And I really feel like we are one of the best fan bases for us to come together so we all can talk. And, you know, no matter if we like something, we don't like nothing, listen, you can come holler at me. Going through some stuff, let's talk. We can talk the truth stuff, but yeah, not to get off the rails off of football and all that, bro.
Yeah,
but
for sure, man. Go ahead, man. Listen. There's two people watching. Who gives a fuck? Let's.
I appreciate
we man. We
watching, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Look, we here. We like I said, I'm doing this for fun. I mean,
appreciate you, man. Definitely.
The one thing I've always learned in life is I don't chase butterflies, because at the end of the day, if you build a garden, the butterflies are gonna come to you, man.
Absolutely. Like, you know, I just tell people, man, that enjoy yourself. Like I'm gonna enjoy myself and just enjoy it, sit back and watch and relax. You know, I'm just like I tell people, I'm still new to this podcast thing, man, and it's fun. I consider it as fun. I don't consider it as no competition. You mentioned Richmond Webb. We're gonna have Richmond Webb on WCFL. I think September 13th is September 12th. I think something like that, because I think it's 2 days before I leave to go up to Providence.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be interviewing him ourselves as well. And
yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah, man.
I never met him before. I just reached out to him, and he's like, "Yeah, man,"
brother,
because he understands. He understands, you know.
Man, we've been blessed, bro. Like you really got to think that we really been blessed, bro. Because you know we've been blessed to be able to. Like I know you was on when we interviewed OJ, and you know you're gonna interview Richmond Webb one-on-one, and that's gonna be dope. And I'm definitely gonna be watching because I'm a member, and I'm gonna be interviewing him myself.
Don't forget, Rabbit Dolphin's gonna be in there too. So.
Oh hell yeah! Shout out to Lewis, man. Always my brother, man. I gotta definitely do a panel. Every time I try to do a panel with Lewis, man, it's just always some smoke with other people that other people catch the smoke, and I never get a chance to sit there and do like some real talk with Lewis. I would really, really, really like to do a one-on-one with Lewis one day. Like we got to sit. I definitely want to sit and talk to him about that, because I would love to do a one-on-one with him.
Yeah, like, you know what. Well, I can make. I'll tell you what. Let's see if we could on this channel, because again we don't get too much crazy people on here.
Correct.
Finn's Tailgate. I'll reach out to him next Thursday. We'll make it happen. Me, you, and Lewis will have a chat, and we'll talk about we'll preview the up and coming Philadelphia on the LA game. How about that?
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. I know Lewis is down, because when I'm, that's one thing when we're like, I call him my Cuban brother. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he has, but so I'll see if I can make that happen, man. I'll reach out to him.
So definitely salute the Rabbit Dolphin. Definitely shout out to my brother Lewis. He always, when I say that man bring the heat, he bring the heat, but he makes sense. And that's what I respect about my brother and his points and his takes. And I mean, some people might say he's real strong with it, but I will say this. You have to be strong sometimes for people to get it.
Yeah.
People don't get it, so he makes people get it, and that's what I respect about that, and that's what I respect about him. So that's why I'm like, we definitely got to do a one-on-one. I would love to talk about what to expect, what we're gonna see, what we think we're gonna see. Different things like the different directions. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fun, man. It's
Oh yeah.
it's definitely gonna be fun. Like I know you're gonna. Which one? What game are you going to this year, Shake?
I'm gonna try to do the Giants.
Okay,
The Giants and maybe another one. I don't know. But I'm waiting for Larry K, my man Larry K.
got you,
He's gonna go to a game. So like I said, I'm even if I just do the tailgates,
Mm,
because I grew up down the street from Carroll City, down
got
the
you.
street from the stadium.
Right.
I'll go there and then just go see it the game at my friend's house that's down the street. So
That's what's up. That's what's up.
you know, and then go home after that,
Got you.
which is like a 2.5 hour drive.
Phew. Mm-mm-mm. Well,
Oh yeah.
I'll definitely be down. I'll be down for that Buffalo game. I got my ticket for that.
Oh yeah, man. I'm hoping to meet. There's a guy. He's a Bills fan. His name is Amicus.
Okay.
He says he's gonna be at that game. So
I'll be there. I already got my man. Shout out to my brother Paris Love. Shout out to Paris Love.
oh yeah,
He,
Paris Love.
he
I'm,
definitely
I'm
my brother.
I'll definitely meet Chef Jew, my man Chef Jew.
Yeah. Definitely shout out to Chef Jew. Shout out to Mr. Paul.
Mr. Polk.
Definitely,
Hell yeah.
definitely. Shout out to all. Shout out to everybody, man. And like I said, to a couple of people that's watching, thank you for staying on here and listening to me ramble a little bit. Hopefully, I'm making a little bit of sense.
Oh yeah,
You
man.
know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And by the way, when Fresh Prince was saying born in West Philadelphia, uh,
I wasn't
uh,
born in West Philadelphia though. I
I'm
was
saying,
born.
have you been there? Is that
Dude, I used to, all right, so here's the story. So rest in peace to my stepfather, rest in peace to my uncle. My uncle Bernard Jenkins, rest in peace to my stepfather, Jasper Jenkins. So my uncle, my stepfather's by marriage, he used to be a music producer. So he used to sit there and actually help some of the early to mid '80s acts like Fresco and Miz and DJ Cash Money.
mm-hmm.
DJ Cash Money. If nobody knows who DJ Cash Money was, he was one of the first DMC world champions in DJing, and actually one of the first people to create actually publicly display the Transformer scratch, which is still used to this day in different variations. Um, so and then Jazzy he used to work with Jazzy, and then I actually met Fresco and Miz from like back in the day. The joint, the song called "We Don't Play." I met. I was actually in the studio and I met him. Like I actually shook his hand. I was a young boy. So back in the day, he actually owned a production company named Birdnest Productions, and it was in West Philly, Southwest Philly, around
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore Ave. And he actually had an act group called Boys the Men before Michael Bivins.
Yeah, Motown
So,
Philly back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Michael Bivins told this story about this, that, and the other, and that wasn't a story. And you can look it up on YouTube because he sat there and shouted out my uncle. Said, "I don't know who this bird dude, who think he is." He said this, and I was in high school when this all happened, and I was like, "Yo, see that thing that happened on MTV?" And they're like, "What you talking about?" I said, "Go on MTV." So they went on MTV when they got home because technology wasn't like that, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't
Oh
have
no.
cell phones that you could just pull up. We had to wait until we got home to be in front of the TV. If we was allowed in front of the TV, if our parents was like, "No, we're gonna watch the news,"
Yeah.
you wasn't watching no cable until you got a chance. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it was on MTV, and then eventually things got settled, and my uncle got taken care of. They took care of my uncle. But yeah, my uncle sat there and actually sat there and did and helped a lot of Philly acts here in Philadelphia, and people don't realize how instrumental Philadelphia is in the art of
Motown.
hip hop. Not just no, not Motown, hip hop
Yeah.
and hip hop. Um, people gotta understand. And actually, shit, if you want to be specific, instrumental and music alone, because a lot of global hits came out of Philadelphia, like David Bowie, Fame came out of
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia. Sigma Sound Studios back in the late '70s, early '80s. That came out of Philadelphia. That was a Philly song. Um, Let's Dance. That was a Philly song. That was made here in Philadelphia. Uh, the sound of Philadelphia. There was a time where there was not an act in the music business that did not make a song that came through Philadelphia in like literally the late '70s, early '80s. They had to have that certain sound because Philadelphia had that certain
Mm-hmm.
certain sound. So a lot of people got to understand, a lot of acts. It wasn't just Will Smith. No, it wasn't just Will Smith, yo. It's
Mm-hmm.
more than just Will Smith. It was more
Yeah.
than that. And don't disrespect the Will. I met Will. I actually know Jazzy, good people, man. And I've been listening to Jazzy Jeff, like I said, since AM radio. So that's how old I am. So a lot of
Never.
yeah, right, like right. So shout out to them, man. They are all Jazzy. Jazzy said it the best. He sat there and said that them dudes, they still are. Their show is still in syndication in 80 different countries.
I wish it was in this freaking market. I
Sheesh.
like every once in a while, like I'm having lunch, whatever, and I just watch YouTube as TV, whatever. And
Mhm.
sometimes I don't like to do sports. I just like to do funny shit. So sometimes I'll put the best of Fresh Prince,
Right, right, right.
and you'll see all the best clips. Man,
Yeah.
it's amazing how he was a naturally gifted actor too, as well.
Well, I told everybody, like I remember, we all remember. I remember Jeff. It's the funny part about it is back in the day, my brother, pray
Hmm.
for my brother, DJ Steve Money, my older brother. He used to know Jazzy and Fresh Prince way back in the day, even when before they were signed. They used to do block parties way back in the day, and back in the day, it was the same way you guys used to do back in the day. Where I used to do bass parties back in the day, had all the bass speakers lined up, how much bass could go through. You know what I mean? All
Hmm.
through the like y'all Miami. I know, in my history because I learned about the bass from Miami like mid to late '80s. It came up to Philadelphia. We used to get like when technology started getting with like CDs and stuff, Miami bass started creeping its way up here to Philadelphia. Like we knew about Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
We used to like Two Live Crew. Like we always had. Like here's the thing, man, and I'm saying this genuinely from my old school cat. We the same age. We always had love for the Miami sound up here. When
Hmm.
we drop, yo, listen, when we used to drop songs like Don't Stop, Get It, like we used to drop that, it didn't matter what color, yo, we used to go crazy. And it was like I wish back in the day, like we had the technology. Like sometimes I do, but I'm not. If I could have put that in a bottle and was able to share it with people like today, they didn't understand how we used to party back in the day, where it didn't matter. Like you know what I mean? It didn't matter if it was black, white. We all party. We was there to party. We didn't care about none of that. We left that
Hmm.
out. We left that out the door. That didn't matter. We was there to have a good time, enjoy the
Yeah.
vibe. Everybody was there to vibe, have a good time. Like everybody was dapping each other up. We was busting it up. I ain't know you from a can of paint,
Uh,
but we busted up. Like that was how we party. We didn't worry about sitting there being on the cell phone, posting up, and no, we didn't do that. We was there to party. So like yeah, we had love. We always had love. We always had love for the South up here, man. Like I remember the first time I heard Throw That D. I was
hmm.
like, what about to say
Two Life Crew.
11, 10, 11,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. Like I remember I had a little record player and played that. I was like, yo, and I was from that point on, I was stuck. I was like, yo,
Hmm.
I want to know, yo, I need this. You know what I mean? I had all them albums, bro. So yeah, man, we always had love for Miami up here, bro. Like we used to bump Miami stuff up here. Because we used to have systems, so we used to get the systems, and my boy used to do systems and stuff like that back in the day. We wanted to have systems like y'all had systems. Y'all was known for systems back in the day down there.
Bass sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Real recognize real. So definitely, brother.
Know that,
Definitely.
D.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. I'm sitting there looking. It's only 8:32. It's early. Nobody want to join us tonight.
Oh yeah. No, I ain't dropped the link. That's why.
Oh, you ain't dropped the link?
No. Yeah, I think everybody's still over there at Finn's tailgate.
Yeah, they are. They going hard over there, bro. They still going hard over there. 74 over there watching right now. Ain't nobody over here watching.
So anyway,
Like,
yeah, we might as well just go ahead and call it a night. And
bro, listen, bro. I appreciate you having me on,
sure.
man. Definitely, man. I hope you do it again. Like I said, set that thing up with Lewis so we can talk about. We can definitely talk about this season and definitely talk about this first week coming up.
Hell yeah! So, just stay backstage real quick. I'll holler at you, then we'll head out. So, with that being said, any final thoughts before we head out and go over to the Finn's Tailgate Network?
Brother, just sitting there chilling like a villain. Everybody have a good night and always peace, love, friends up, fam.
Yep. Peace.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved